Okay, sorry about that. I have a few things I want to go over first. Yesterday, I want I I take care of my grandma. She can't walk by herself. She can't really do anything by herself anymore. So I take care of her. And it's been hard doing my stuff and her stuff all together, and just it's been hard trying to get everything done. I've also been worried about my career, and I'm trying to make a living for myself. I'm trying to become an actor myself. I'm working through John Robert Powers. But I need $4,000. A whole bunch of stuff is going on. But I wanted to highlight a few comments on my channel, like this one. Hey man, I love you. God loves you. Your family, when your family loves you, even if you don't realize your family is a blessing. I don't exactly know what's going on. Hope you all this is good. I love it. What their comment? Oh yeah, this guy. Same thing. So I just want. Oh, these guys have YouTube channels. Go subscribe to the. And then sorry, talking to someone. Then these are all really great comments. I didn't expect any of it, and it's really appreciated. This guy has a YouTube channel and uploaded in 8 years, but go watch him if you want to, I suppose. And if he uploads again, go watch that. And then this guy also has a YouTube channel. He uploads, I guess, kind of frequently, so go watch him if it will ever fucking load. And thank you for subscribing, everyone. 4 months ago. Don't know what's going on there, but yeah, go subscribe to him. I did. I subscribed to everyone who subscribes to me that has a YouTube channel. And so Rags. I've watched it.
Holiday shopping has never been easier or more rewarding. Earn Beauty Insider points and Kohl's rewards when you shop Sephora at Kohl's.
Video game mechanics and how
I watched about 20 minutes through this video and decided I want to react to it. I want to make sure I go front of video so we get his ad.
Hello.
Okay. We're all good. Let's go.
Hello. I'm Rags, the dog. Before we hop into the video proper, I
subscribe to Rags. I guess he'll promote himself.
want to put a reminder here at the beginning. The official Spooky Ween EFAP plushes from Makeship are near the end of their campaign. You only have until the 31st of October to purchase, and then they are gone for good. You'll never see them again. Halloween is the...
These are cute little plushies. I watch EFAP. I didn't know if you didn't realize. I watch Rags a lot. I watch Fringy, all of them. But I've never really bought any of these plushies. I've been thinking about it, and they do look really cute. I do like the Mauler plushie, like the Rags plushie. We can bump up this to 720. Um, um,
This is the final day.
so
The more of them you get in the set of 5, the more your discount. And you get a huge 25% off the whole purchase if you buy the set of 5. That's the plushes of myself, Mahler, Fringy, Wolf, and our first ever EFAP hoodie. It's a great way to help decorate the place and
Yeah, it's a
support us
good-looking hoodie.
financially and get some really cool merch. A link will be in the description below. Don't procrastinate, though. You only have until Halloween, and then they are gone for good. Ooh,
yeah, I guess you can't get them anymore.
ooh, spooky voice. Speaking of spooky,
I can't believe it's happened again.
what, they made another Dragonheart sequel? There's like 5 of those movies now.
That looks horrible. I also wouldn't want to fly on that. I feel like that'd be, unless I had a saddle, you know. I mean, I could hang on to its neck really hard, but I feel like that'd be difficult. I don't know, but I'd just be scared. Oh, that makes me.
I'm
That's a
sick
little-
of seeing it everywhere.
Nobody talks about Dragonheart Vengeance.
It haunts me.
Yeah, it probably haunts a lot of people.
It's in my nightmares. It's in all of my waking hours. It's everywhere.
You mean Dragonheart? Dragonheart A New Beginning, Dragonheart 3 The Sorcerer's Curse, or Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire,
I've
or
never heard of Dragonheart.
Dragonheart Vengeance? Because let me tell you, you don't want to see Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire before you see Dragonheart A New Beginning. You don't want to make that blunder. You won't know what the hell's going on. You'll be really confused. It won't be pretty. And it doesn't help that they only have a number after Dragonheart 3, The Sorcerer's Curse. They don't put a number for Dragonheart A New Beginning, Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire, or Dragonheart Vengeance. You don't. It's really easy to get them out of order if you don't know. It's just confusing. Is what
Well,
it's just.
Well, I don't. Wouldn't you go by release date at that point? Or what if they're released on the same year? That would be tough.
Confusing.
The number 7.
The chance of them making a 7th Dragonheart movie are slim, but never zero.
Another games journalist has given another video game a 7 out of 10.
Stop.
So that's a good thing. It's a good game, right? A 7 is a good number. I mean, right? That's a really good game.
Stop with the yelling. Don't be so loud if your shitty microphone can't handle it, please. The discourse surrounding IGN and their review system, namely giving out 7 out of 10s,
Oh,
very
IGN. Yeah, that's an average game.
liberally to all kinds of games, was somewhat reignited when IGN, in a review given by Tristan Ogilvie, gave it a 7 out of 10. Star Wars Outlaws, IGN, good, 7 out of 10. Now, this video isn't going to be a review of Star Wars Outlaws itself. I have streamed the game here on my channel. You should check that out. It's very fun. Many laughs were had, as well as a lot of frustration, actually. And on our podcast, EFAP, we had 2 episodes devoted.
Those are some really awful faces. I don't know why there's a trend of making women look ugly. I mean, that's not just on whoever this character is based off of, because I've seen the actual actress and she's a good-looking woman. This person isn't. Feels deliberate. Even with I forget the other name of the game.
Devoted to covering Star Wars Outlaws. So, yeah, I've devoted about 50 hours of my life to this game. It's really bad. 3 out of 10 at the most generous is what I'd give it. It's broken, but it is hilariously broken sometimes. I'll give it that. Awful game. Do not buy. Avoid like the plague. What a disaster. However, ex-IGN writer, presenter, and podcaster is going to explain to us that, guys, actually, there's totally a really good reason why Star Wars Outlaws and many other terrible games get a 7 out of 10. While I consider myself incredibly...
I'm ready to hear it. I'm ready to hear it. 7 out of 10 is a really good game. Why would you give it a 7 out of 10?
skeptical, I'm willing to hear her out. I am certain that this impassioned defense of video game journalism will not at all get me to hate video game journalism even more than I already do.
And today I'm going to tell you why that's fairly common, actually, because there is like a pretty good reason for it, or maybe not necessarily a good reason. I'm not trying to color this reason in any direction. It's just a reason.
She's got some really good Thor's hammer from God of War Ragnarok back there. I wonder how heavy the actual one would be.
Do you see 7 out of 10s as being
like a metal one?
Well, you started off the video by mocking the people who said IGN gave out another 7 out of 10, and then it
mocking isn't very nice. Well,
seems like you just had a knee-jerk response of saying, "Oh no, it's a good reason why they give that give things a 7 out of 10." And this entire video will be a defense of that system from the company that you worked for 3 years.
To the extent where we now sometimes refer to 7 as like an average, which is weird.
I don't think that it's only weird. It is
weird.
IGN
normally gives out 7 for basically everything. It's a bit strange, and it's almost like they're in the pocket of game companies, you know, or they don't want to lose access. It almost seems like that's the reason.
Weird, but it's even worse than weird. I think that the idea that 7 out of 10 is average has been incredibly damaging to the discourse on the quality of media in general for years now.
To the point where not many people take IGN very seriously anymore.
I think that 5 out of 10, if we insist on using a number scale at all, I don't love them or even really like them, but they can be useful. If we're going to insist on using a number scale, 5 out of 10 should be average. However, the connotation of 5 out of 10 is very negative compared to what I believe it actually should be. Average isn't bad, nor is it good. It's just average. It's in the middle.
And it's neutral.
However, I think it's pretty safe to say
average, you don't feel a particular way either way.
Say that if you saw a game with a 5 out of 10 review, you would think that it's far more negative than it probably really is. So then, as a result, you don't want to give this average-ish video game that's okay. You don't want to give it a 5 out of 10 because people will think it's worse than it really is. So you say, you know what, maybe we'll inflate that a little bit. I'll say it's a 6 out of 10 or maybe like a low 7 to sort of set expectations where
it's an average game. Okay. You know what? Well, I liked it more. I liked it more than average. Okay. Well, then give it a 6. This is probably how they do it. Well, you like shits and giggles. I like shits and giggles. One more point, 7 out of 10. Just for
feel like they kind of should be on a warped scale. And a lot of this is IGN's fault.
But let me just explain. First, if you don't know me, sometimes people meme on me for mentioning this, but you'd be surprised the amount of people who comment on my videos who don't even know what my current job is and assume that I'm a full-time YouTuber, let alone a job I used to have. So that's why I sometimes say it. Turns out people don't know stuff.
All right, get to the point.
And I used to work at IGN. I was a writer there for 3 whole years, which makes me...
That 3 whole years. That makes it sound like you didn't like it. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. The way you said it made it seem like you didn't like it very much.
Exceptionally qualified. The most professional, lauded source on the internet. Educated to such a high...
Is this a meme? Are you memeing?
I agree.
Generally, when I go on rambles, there's like a point to it. But could you really just sort of like
I mean,
hurry up?
well, usually jokes are funny.
Please.
We started, and I feel like that really sells it. The one person on the planet equipped to tell you that step one before we get into the rest of this video,
All right, sweet. We're getting to actual statements and information. All right.
some of y'all take game reviews way too seriously.
You know, I'm gonna be
I
honest.
mean, I think you should take game reviews seriously. I mean, because I'm coming to you on what to spend my hard-earned money on, you know? So I feel like they should be taken seriously.
With you, Alana Pierce. I don't think that this is a good way at all to start out your defense of IGN's scoring system. Whether or not
When
people
I
take
think
it
you should take. I take what I talk about very seriously. Because I care about it.
seriously or not is not at all relevant to the problems that we have with it. It's also being oddly dismissive of a field that you're attempting to defend and has what I think is way too much projected volume in the video game space. If we had a criticism of, say, a news outlet, a newspaper, and our criticism was that they were constantly getting facts wrong and they were misrepresenting products that they were then advertising for, I don't think a valid defense would be, oh, you guys care too much about the news.
Exactly. Trump just got elected. Oh, you care too much about the news.
However, by declaring
Like if MSNBC said, "Oh, Kamala Harris," I have trouble with that name. Kamala Harris got elected, and Trump, he really got elected, and Trump stole the vote, and shit like that. If they said something like that, and everyone just said, "Oh, you're reading too much into it, or you're taking it too seriously," that'd be a big problem. People would be angry about it. But why did game journalism get a pass like this?
that we
Or
care
why does she feel like it should get a pass?
too much about video game reviews, I am
Maybe she doesn't like being criticized. She doesn't work there anymore. Maybe she doesn't want to burn any bridges, so she curving what she says.
certain that you will tell us what the appropriate amount of caring will be. Because after all, I would love to know how I'm supposed to correctly engage with IGN reviews and really other video game journalist reviews. According to IGN themselves on their website, they say that we're all about having fun, but when it comes to reviews, we take things seriously. Reviewing is the most important thing we do because...
Okay, is it worth your time? Imagine we all about having fun, but when it comes to reviews, we take things seriously. Boom! You're wrong, Elena. Reviewing is the most important thing we do. See, it's really important to them. They emphasize it twice because this is when we help you make this decision about your money. There you go. I'll go into twofold. Offer a critical view of how a piece of media succeeds or fails, and to give you as much info as possible to help you determine if something is worth your time and hard-earned cash. That sounds nice, but I don't think that's what they do.
Because this is when we help you.
Their reviews are a lot of fluff, and their scores are pumped up.
Make a decision about how to spend your money. It certainly seems that IGN wants me to take their reviews seriously.
I will explain why the 7 out of 10 is so common and why it's memed because it's so common and that it doesn't make sense. I feel like so many conversations about game reviews would be like so much more chill if you just remember that it's just some fucking guy's opinion.
What?
Damn. So you're no different from anyone else? Why do I care about your opinion? Why do I come to you? Why should I care about anything you say, Alana Pierce? I mean, why should I care about you compared to Dave. Dave had the same opinions as you do. So why should you make money on what you do? You're not important, Alana Pierce.
No, it is not just some guy. This is a person who's not only being paid for this, they are being given a massive platform and having that opinion projected to hundreds of thousands of mostly lay gamers. IGN as a company is giving these people the projection strength to impact the buying decisions of all of these people and their hard-earned money. This bizarre beginning of your defense as, oh, these people, they're just like you and me, they're just a random person.
Oh, I will be right back. Oh, I am back. Better than ever.
They don't have any actual like privilege. They don't have any authority. They don't have any blah, blah, blah. They're just like you and me. No, they're not. At some point, when you are given access to a massive platform to give your opinions on that impact the buying decisions of people, you are no longer just some guy. You're a journalist.
Yeah, as soon as people come to you for, people come to you for your opinions, and they want to know the facts about whatever you're talking about, video games, for example, and they want to know, hey, is this good? Should I buy it? That makes you more important than the average person, right? I would like to talk to Alana Pierce and ask her, are you just some guy on the internet? Are your opinions not any more important than anyone else?
You have ethics and obligations. You have to be responsible about what you say.
Yeah.
I would put myself in a similar boat. I have a pretty big platform here on YouTube. If I was going to make a review of a game, I need to be accurate. I need to try and stay objective. I need to get my facts correct. I need to report to the people the accurate facts about what the game is. If I cannot do that, then I am not a good video game reviewer, and I would be doing a disservice to the people who listen to me.
I used to be that fucking guy. It's just some fucking guy has an opinion on something.
An opinion is not always just an opinion. Opinions can be objective in the sense that it is formed by object.
objective things about the game. Opinion is not, in general, opinion is not just an opinion. You have an opinion on something because you've observed some stuff, either good or bad, about a particular media or something.
Objective facts about the world. I think the world is a sphere. That's not just an opinion. It's
That's
an
a
objective.
fact. Yeah, that's an objective fact. Even though all the flat earthers are wrong. And, just wrong.
Opinion that I have because of all of the evidence for the world being the shape it is. I like Payday more than Butterfinger. That's just an opinion. Yeah, sure. It's subjective.
Kit Kats. Kit Kats are also really good. Twix, they're really good. Salted caramel. If you ever had salted caramel, you should try it.
But saying that something is just an opinion, especially when you have a massive platform that influences the buying decision of thousands of people, you can't hide behind, oh, it's just an opinion. What if someone said that Devil Daggers was an open world, stealth-focused RPG? What if they said Super Mario World was a third-person shooter with branching narratives and 4 different endings? At what point does an opinion become simply an invalid one?
That's all a game review is.
If you think that a video game review, or really
you can't have there's no objective facts to making a video game review. You just can't do that.
Review of anything is just someone's opinion and nothing more, you should not be doing reviews.
The fucking guy who writes the review is no more or less qualified to have an opinion on any other fucking guy on the street about a game.
You, in the 3 whole years of doing your job at IGN, you didn't gather any skills, don't have any better skills than the random fucking person on the street. Why did they hire you then? They just fucking felt like it? No, because you had a certain amount of talent or whatever, certain level of skill that they want, that they were looking for. Right? I presume that's how that worked, unless you knew somebody. But let's just say you had talent. You had enough talent, and you know what you're talking about. That's why you got hired there, right? It's really denigrating to yourself and everyone at IGN. No, all the fucking people. They're just random people. They have no special skills. They're not particularly talented, right? I would fucking be angry at you, Alana Pierce, for saying that I had no talent. That any other person could do the same job I do and have the same level of criticism. That would make me angry.
That is my genuine opinion.
Imagine
that
if
is
you
the opinion
still talk to her.
I held when I did it and got paid for it.
What an
You
absolute...
didn't care about what you did. You didn't feel pride and feel like, hey, I'm good at something. I got all these skills. You're just like, some fucking person. Jesus.
Absolutely shit tier opinion that is to have. And what a damning indictment that is on IGN specifically, but video game journalism as a whole. If you are no more or less qualified than a random person on the street to write or talk about or review video games, why should anyone listen to you? And why should you even be paid? Would your fellow journalists agree with this idea?
The reason why you talk about something is because you feel like the reason why you talk about something on the internet or somebody else ever, I would hope it because you feel like you have a cogent opinion supported by evidence. You're not, I would hope, unless you're just talking out your ass.
That they're not at all qualified to talk about anything that they're talking about. This bizarre strategy reminds me of people when we're on EFAP and we're criticizing a movie or a franchise. A lot of the times,
I was on the Two Hosts podcast. I talked to them. He asked me, "Hey, do you have any interest in Ghost in the Shell?" I said, yeah, I like anime a lot. He invited me on because, presumably he saw that, I have a certain level of interest in the thing I'm talking about, so I would have a level of expertise in it.
We'll see people denigrate the movie or franchise, or they'll try and
We're gonna go to I have something to do at
bring it low as if to say you shouldn't even care, you shouldn't even worry about it. Is it so difficult to explain why there's merit in what you do that you have to take the exact opposite route by just saying, no, you shouldn't even care anyway? If an IGN reviewer is no more or less qualified to talk about a video game than any random person on the street, then they do not deserve the platform that props them up as an authority on the subject.
I personally do not consider game reviews to be journalism, even though
why wouldn't it be journalism? You're stating the facts on your what definition of journalism? I don't know the definition of journalism. Okay, journalism. The activity or profession of writing for newspapers, magazine, or news website, or preparing news to be broadcast. She had become a career in journalism. Yeah, you're providing news about a particular video game, movie, or whatever to your audience. You're providing news. So what, you don't think you're providing valuable information on whatever you're talking about? You don't find what you're talking about valuable. So why the fuck are you talking about it? Why did you work at a place for 3 years? And you're basically saying you wasted your life for 3 years doing something that you don't see as valuable. Jesus.
technically are by definition of the word, but again, it's just some fucking guy's opinion, man.
See, if I was one of her coworkers, I would be livid. Well, not livid. I would be miffed because I don't know. I would be angry. I'd be like, I thought you liked what you did. It's fucking weird.
If a reporter went to a war zone and did a review of what happened at the war zone to collect the facts and give it to us in a news publication, would you consider that journalism, or wouldn't you? Or does video game journalism get this extra special pass that nothing else does?
And they certainly are not objective and do not strive to be and shouldn't be, because they are opinion-based. They are not reporting, they're just, oh, fucking guy has an opinion.
It is actually kind of bizarre to imagine that this person was for years a contributor to IGN. What do you mean video game reviewers shouldn't even strive to be objective, and they're not objective?
I'll be right there. Oh, I'll be right there. Hey, I gotta go. I'm gonna be a little busy. So I'll pick this up tomorrow.